Welcome back. A Minnesota man's efforts to get to the roots of his family tree reveals an incredible story of resilience, honor, and also is being recognized by one of the largest figures in American history. Kara's Samantha Fisher spoke with him about his great-great-uncle's extraordinary tale.
You never know exactly what you're going to find.
Pete Langenfeld
Been an interesting ride.
was researching his family tree.
I was just looking for information on my great-grandmother.
Born Helen Houghton, she rests at Oakwood Cemetery just blocks away from Peter's Hastings home. The roots of these hollowed headstones stretching all the way to New York, a family tree growing.
She had two brothers, and her husband and his brother,
At the same time,
all in the Civil War.
a war developing between the states. Helen's older brother, Union Army Captain Charles Houghton, was barely in his 20s on July 30th, 1864, when his actions during the Battle of the Crater earned the esteem of his countrymen.
Wouldn't leave the battlefield until everything was done. This lists all the battles.
Months later, Houghton again displayed extraordinary bravery
It was a tough time to live.
as the siege of Petersburg raged on,
He'd been injured 2 times in the morning and kept fighting.
until a shell fragment took his fight from the battlefield to the operating table. Houghton's leg, the biggest casualty.
He went through the surgery, everything was fine,
Until a few days later,
and then he started bleeding again. Doctors worked through the night. Because of the bravery that he showed, his name was very well known.
a veteran so valiant, he earned a place in a Pulitzer Prize-winning biography about someone else.
He was ghostly pale, laying on his cot, and when he woke up, Abraham Lincoln was standing over him, talking to him.
He kissed Houghton's white cheek. With great sobs shaking him, he exclaimed, "Poor boy, you must live." The major's whispered answer, "I intend to, sir," was just audible.
Makes for an interesting tree.
Yeah, definitely.
While Lincoln would survive for just a few more weeks after their encounter, Houghton lived another 50 years, 16 of them decorated with the military's most prestigious prize.
1898, he was awarded a Congressional Medal of Honor and buried at Arlington Cemetery.
Over hundreds of years and hundreds of miles,
My heritage is farmers,
the Hastings branch of the Houghton family tree
hardworking people who just wanted to make a life and raise their family.
learned the background he once considered humble
I'm proud.
harbors heroes, after all.
Sweet story there by Sam.